Oh, you finally made it around the house. Takes about, I don't know, 2 minutes for him to get through the backyard. But this is because we tried hauling out of here the other day and tried going straight through the middle, and it actually got doughy on us, which really surprised me. But what he's doing is when he's coming in empty, he's coming through the front yard, and you know, he tries to hit a different set of tracks every time to help pack that. It's still a little doughy, and then when he's loaded, he goes out through the backyard so he doesn't get stuck. So it's working out really, really well. What we're doing, selling some clay, baby. Selling some clay. So if you guys go back to the video from when I bailed out the pond and deepened it, the last ditch, I piled all this muck up here against the tree line here, and it's technically off my property. There's my property line. So I've been needing to get this stuff moved, and Wilbur's been broke down, and so this is perfect. I've got a neighbor that's taking it. He's spreading it with a dozer on a sunny day. You just move it around a little bit, it dries really quick. Right now, yeah, it's like Play-Doh or even worse. It's really soft. But it dries up really quickly just as soon as the sun and the air gets on. I mean, this stuff hasn't even had sun on it, and you can see it's packing just fine. So it's just got a little bit of moisture in it because when I bailed out the bottom of the pond, it was wet. You know, the pond bottom was dry, but this clay was, you know, several feet down below where it is sediment, where it is silted in. So that's why it's wet. It's not because it will forever stay wet, obviously. So anyway, we're loading it out of here. We just sent out the 4th load of the morning. We got, I think, 8 loads out of here the other day, which was just starting there. There was this little pile, and then the main big pile's here. And there's, you know, a couple more just back beside the machine. So anyway, the neighbor that's taking it right now said he only wants 6 loads total. I was hoping to get a second truck on it this morning while I was over here. But I don't think that's going to happen. And so after this 6th load out of here, we're going to move over there on the dry stuff and work on rounding out the back of the island a little bit more. So still staying busy. And the big advantage, of course, is that I'm selling clay that I would have had to move anyway. And so, yeah, I'm making money and getting my projects done. So can't complain about that. But anyway, just wanted to explain to y'all what we're doing. And I don't know, I guess I'll try to get some good footage here and give you some updates along the way. Yeah, I guess the one other thing I wanted to mention here, the big advantage of doing this, loading out clay from home, of course, is that I get to work on other projects too while I'm doing it, because it's about, right now, 10 to 12 minutes between trucks. So just as soon as the truck pulls out, I clean up my pile a little bit, I get ready for the next load, and then I jump off and I come over here and work on projects. So this just little stuff, you know, since I've been sloping out this ditch in the front yard here, I wanted to get cleaned up around this little group of trees. These are all, you know, just natural. They sprung up here in the last 3 to 4 years. So they're good sized little trees already. But it's always been kind of this little junk hole, if you will, because it was always shrubby and I didn't want to tear the trees out and get rid of them, but I could never really get into them. And so just this morning, like I said, while I'm between loads, I got in here with the chainsaw, pruned off all the lower limbs so that I could work in around them. And now I'm working with the box blade, just pulling a little bit of dirt up around the low spots, because that is, you know, you don't want to put too much dirt around the trees, although these young saplings will do better with it than a mature tree will. But just trying to level it up a little bit so that it won't be a puddle in a wet season. You know, it'll still try to drain out. But this is a perfect little spot. The kids love coming over here and just playing. In the summertime, they play underneath these shade trees. It's just, it's like their little getaway. You know, it's shady, but it still gets good light through it, so it's not as bad with the mosquitoes in the summer as they would be if they're in the full woods. So anyway, just working on that, and gonna try to work on cleaning up around the sawmill a little bit as well. Like I said, just between loads, just trying to take advantage of the time I got.